we start baking, you might want to use these ingredients. Okay, so welcome back to Hillside Baking, episode 2. Today we will be making s'mores cupcakes. They're really good, and they're like you're camping, but you're not. You're just at home. So I have all of my ingredients out, and since I only have one cupcake pan right now, I'm just going to make this first batch, which is 12, and then I'm going to do the other 6 after I finish this batch. So this recipe makes 18 cupcakes. And before we start baking, I just want to say I love cupcakes. That's why I've been doing them for my first 2 episodes. And also, this is a fresh egg from Taylor Farm in Vermont, and it's really, and I hope that it tastes good in my recipe. So first, you want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees, and then, which I already did, is line the cupcake pan with the cupcake liners. So first, we're going to take my bowl, and I'm going to put together the flour, my cocoa, my baking soda, and my salt. I mixed them into the same bowl though. But now I'm just gonna stir that together because, again, these are the dry ingredients. And again, it does look pretty. If you watch my last episode, I said that too. So it should look like really light brown. And there's still like cocoa on the outside, so I'm just gonna mix that in. Okay, so now I have stirred all my dry ingredients together. I'm going to take another bowl, and I'm going to mix the butter, which is at room temperature, the butter, and my 2 sugars. So I have my regular sugar and my brown sugar together. And I'm just gonna mix that for about 3 minutes. Okay, so I would usually use an electric mixer for mixing things, but I don't have it right now. So I'm just using some whisks and spoons. But this is what it should look like after you have stirred them all together. And then what you're going to do is add the vanilla and the egg into this mixture. So I'm just going to crack my egg. That looks good. And then I'm going to pour in my vanilla. Now I'm just going to stir that in till it's nice and good. So it looks a little bit like yellow. It looks very orange and yellow from the yolk. But just going to stir this in and done. Okay, so I have stirred this all together, and it looks very nice. And while I was stirring, you might want to make sure to scrape the sides, just so that way you can get all of the batter stirred. And next, what you're going to do is you're going to add this egg mixture to the flour mixture, or you can add the flour to the eggs. I'm just going to add the flour to the eggs. And so it may spill just a little bit, but you can always clean it up like this. So while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna stir this. But while I stir this, I think that it's time for our first commercial break.
This episode is brought to you by Seesaw.
Okay, so I was able to add my dry ingredients and my wet ingredients, and now I'm adding the buttermilk. So I have already added half of my buttermilk, and then you just stir it for a little bit like that, and then it ends up like this, all creamy. Then you pour in the rest of the buttermilk, and then you mix it until it gets creamy again. Okay, so I've mixed in that buttermilk, and now it's nice and creamy. Now to add some of these graham crackers and some of these marshmallows. You want to save some because if you want to decorate the top of your cupcake, you can use the marshmallows to decorate it. So I'm just going to dump in these marshmallows, and then I'm going to dump in these graham crackers. Then you just want to mix these in until they're all covered in chocolate and everything looks very yummy. Okay, so I have stirred in those graham crackers and marshmallows, and now they're a little bit hard to see, but that's good. Now your batter looks a little bit chunky, but that's okay. That's what it's supposed to look like. So now I'm going to take my 2 spoons like I did last time. I'm just gonna fill these up evenly. I don't know, maybe 2/3 full. So I'm just gonna do that. I don't wanna do too much, but I'm just gonna do that much about, and I'm just gonna scoop it in. So about 2 of these spoonfuls. So like that. Add that in. So now that one looks good. I'm gonna add on to the next one. Okay, so I have finished filling up my cupcakes, and I still have some more batter left to do a couple more cupcakes. And now my preheated oven, I'm going to stick these cupcakes into here, and I'm going to cook them for about like 20 minutes, I think. Yeah, that would be good. So I'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, so I just pulled out my cupcakes from the oven, and I checked I checked 2 with a knife, so I just stuck it in, and the knife came out clean. So that means that they're ready. Okay, so now it's time for the next step, which is spreading melted chocolate chips onto these delicious cupcakes. So this is what my chocolate chips looked like before I melted them. But since I melted them, now they look nice and creamy. So basically, I melted these chocolates for 20 seconds, and then I stirred really good. Then I put it again in the microwave for 20 seconds, and then I stirred really good. And I kept repeating that process until they got really nice and smooth. So next, for this next step, I'm going to take some chocolate onto this knife, and I'm just going to spread it across. Now it seems a little bit tricky because it's a little bit hot, but hopefully that will just spread. And you just want to spread it until it's all covered, and you want to do just a thin layer. Okay, so I have frosted all of my cupcakes with that melted chocolate chip, with those melted chocolate chips, and now for the best part, decorating. So I did not have any mini marshmallows, so my sister, Lucy,
did you say sister? That's me!
cut them up for me, and she made them nice and like mini marshmallows. And then I crumpled up these I just took some extra graham crackers and I crumpled them up. And so basically, what you want to do is just sprinkle them. The chocolate chips will like help it stick, and then you can just have your cupcake all nice and decorated like that. The marshmallows are a little bit sticky.
Okay, bye.
Ready? Okay, so I just decorated all of my cupcakes and they look beautiful. And now I'm just going to eat these. And I couldn't go outside and eat them because of this beautiful snowy weather. So I'm gonna try this s'mores cupcake and I'm going to see how it tastes. It's very good and chocolatey. Would you like a bite?
Gimme.
It looked like she liked it. Thank you for watching Hillside Baking.